Welcome you all to this morning broadcast on this platform of Chat Room with Dr. Victory Ikechukwu. We all know that every Wednesday on this platform is Victory Hour, and we give God praise for the gift of life. Remember, I always, take it serious to appreciate God for the gift of life, because we know that it's not one of those things for us to wake up and be alive. God is really a faithful God, keeping us alive and healthy. We give him praise for the gift of life. All right. Before I go into the topic of today, I want to encourage you to let your friends, your colleagues, your family members to know about this page, to watch the videos that you have, learned a thing or two that helped you in your, individual life, so that them also can get the help that you did. Remember, on this Victory Hour is the time I bring teachings that help people to live victoriously in their everyday life with practical everyday life experiences. And also in those aspects of their lives where they always feel defeated, I bring teachings that will help them to have victory. Because we all know that life and existence is full of challenges. But when we have, a little knowledge concerning some things, it will help us to live better. Remember, one of my adage I use in all my teaching is, when you know better, you live brighter. And you know better by trying to, learn each and every day. Remember, you can't say, okay, I have a degree, I'll stop learning, or I have a high school certificate, I'll stop learning, or I'm a PhD, I'll stop learning. No, life is all about continuous learning. All right, that's by the way. Let's go into the topic of today. The topic I have for today is family life. Family life. We all know family. We all come from one family or the other, or by the grace of God, we might be the head of a particular family right now. All right, I want to bring, some teachings about family life that will be of a great help to us. All right, family can, the way I put it simply means a group of one or more parents and their children living together as a unit. I believe sometimes it goes beyond bloodline, family names, relation, responsibilities, and all that more. Especially, it might tend to include the people in our life that played a major role. They might not really be from the same family, with you, but they played a role in your life. That is family. Most people, they say they come from dysfunctional family. Some, they say they come from a single parent family. But those are the people that helped in raising you up. It's still a family, whether the family is a functional one or a dysfunctional one. That doesn't discredit it from being a family. It is really a family, because that is the place where you got your shelter, you got daily food for sustenance, and you had a roof over your head. And you got, some level of training from them. No one existed by himself or by herself. That's why this teaching is coming this morning, because family is really important. It's really needed. So don't tell me, okay, Dr. Victory, I came from a dysfunctional family, or I came from a single parent family. But family is family. That is where you were brought up. Actually, what you are in, what you become today in life is as a result of the can I say, the foundation that was given to you from that family unit. All right, let's proceed. Family, as I explained earlier on, it said it has nothing to do with names, relation, or bloodline. A lot of people, they were given birth to, and their mother or their father passed away, and their relation, let's say maybe the auntie or the uncle, took them alongside with their own children and bring them up. That is the family they know. So don't tell me because we didn't have the same bloodline, then they're not my family. Remember, as I was explaining, just now, I said family has to do with where you were brought up. It might be even there are a whole lot of issues that happens that some people, they might be picked up. I heard a story about, remember how my teachings are mostly, filled with practical examples. A family that were passing through a road, they saw an accident that happened, and both the man and the woman died. And there's a little child. They took that child and took care of that child. And I believe that child was like either 1 or 2 years old or thereabout. And this child grew become a teenager, became an adult and all that. This is the family he knew. Despite they related the story of what happened, but he embraced them. He appreciated them for giving him, life and existence and sustenance and making him become the man he is, right now. So that is the family he knows, and that is the family he appreciates, because they are the people that gave him lead in life. So that's why this teaching is coming this morning. We really need to know about family life. A lot of people, I'm sorry to say, some of them, when they realize that the people that brought them up are not actually their real parents, they are regretting and try to cause problem to those people. It's really a lack of understanding, because if you know that your parents, either they died or passed away. I heard another story also about a couple that passed away as a result of HIV and AIDS, and they realized that that child was tested and that child was negative. The other family, not even a family member, another family that needed a child took up this time around is a girl and bring the girl up. So don't tell me that these people that brought you up when you didn't even know your left from your right, you were just a toddler, they bring you up, now you're growing up, you're coming to say they're not your family. They are your family, because your family was not even identified at that stage. These are the people that gave you life and existence. You should appreciate them. All right, let's continue. Also, in a family unit, there are there's love that exists. This love is natural, it's there because there is oneness, there is togetherness. So this love exists among the family members of the unit. Family love can be said to mean deep affection that is shared among the members, a deep affection that is shared among the members of the family. For example, looking out for one another, eating together, playing together. That's what happens in a family. Have you realized that when one member of a family is sick, the others automatically loses appetite because of that oneness, that bond. People look sad, they frown their face because one member of the family is sick. You see, family is really something that is very, very strong that we need to protect seriously to make sure that nothing affects it. Even you that is coming from that family, notwithstanding whether it's your blood family or not, but they are the ones that took you in and make you part of them. You should make sure that that family stands strong and you don't forget them no matter what happened, because they made you part of them and they gave you the essence of life. All right, also there is healthy attachment, that is talking about family love. There is also respect and loyalty in a family. Time will not permit me to go into explaining all this, but I know, as I'm saying, if you have had a family experience and by the grace of God, you are in a family right now, like by the grace of God, I had a family. Now I am heading one of the families that I and my husband, by the grace of God, we have. That consists of my husband being the head and myself and my 3 children. So the experiences you had from your own family, you make sure you make the one that you have presently solid. Let's say most of the things that you experience from your own family that you didn't like, you try to make a change. Remember earlier on when I was saying, some people say, Dr. Victory, you don't know, I came from a dysfunctional family. If actually you came from a dysfunctional family, you make sure that the family that you are in right now, that you already created, is not a dysfunctional one. There are a lot of people that make up their mind. Maybe they came from a poor home. They said, I will not be poor. I will make sure I will make it. I will succeed in life to help them, my family, where I'm coming from, and my own present family. I make sure they don't suffer what I suffered. That is a good decision. Not trying to complain, not trying to, try to say these people, they did this and all that. Even if they didn't treat you well, for the sake that they allow you to be part of them until you become a human and was able to leave their home to stand on your own, you have to be appreciative, notwithstanding. And besides, most of us, we all have what my mom did, my dad did that we didn't like. Is it now because they're not your parents that you will now say that, okay, the way they treated you? Most of us, some of us, our parents didn't treat us right. But that is the part of training. They're trying to bring you up. Most of the time, you might not really like the way they do things, but you are part of them. So what about those that the father and the mother are part of the bloodline? They all have one thing or the other, that the father or the mother did to them that they've forgotten. And you now, these people that gave you existence, you are still holding on to that. It's not really good. You need to let go so that you will enjoy your life. That is, by the way. Let's still continue on our topic. Yes, ways to show love and commitment to your family. This, I put it both man and women. I'm talking about now the father and the mother, that is both the head of the home. You need to love your children equally. Remember, our topic is family life. You need to love your children equally. I want to explain this. Please make sure you don't love your children, unequally. Maybe this one is doing well in school. You love them more than those that are not doing well in school. Remember, I always use the example of my 5 fingers. They are not equal. That's the way we are in life. Or let's say, most mothers, especially this issue has to do with mothers emotionally. Women are highly emotional. I'll come to that, but we've not gotten to that now. Some mothers, they said, I have difficulty, in childbearing for this child. It made you to hate the child. Was the child the cause? No. It's actually a natural cause. The child doesn't even know what is happening because the child is even helpless. So don't do that or say this one is obedient, I love this one that is obedient, or this one that is stubborn. That one that is stubborn, you don't know what that one will be tomorrow. So please make sure you love your children equally. I used to tell my children, even when they were small, now they are big. Even by the grace of God, I have a little one, that is turning 5 years very soon. I used to tell them, I say, I love you all equally 100%. I don't even love anyone 99%. All of you equal, no matter what they do. And I think it's a conscious thing, especially as a mom, because men, they don't have problem. Men love their children equally. We women, don't love your children unequally. Or say this one is bright, this is because of that. No. Please love them equally. Then show them love unconditionally. Let the love you have for them, let there be no condition attached. When they're obedient, I will love them. When they do their chores, I love them. When they don't make me upset, I love them. Do you know that children actually making you upset as a parent is part of the family life? How will you even know that you're a parent? How will you even know when you go out and talk with other parents? You will now know that it's part of children. Like my little year old woke up this morning and started playing soccer. Playing soccer ball in the lounge, in the sitting room. But you can't stop him. Because you find out that they have a lot of energy, they need to exert it. You keep shouting, you get tired. Sometimes my children will come and say, Mommy, I'm busy with my work. And he'll busy. They say, I don't even feel it. The ball will fly over my head. It's not my business. Where I'm enjoying it. That's the way to enjoy it. But when you keep shouting, you get headache, you can't stop. You see, life is all about, looking out for ways that will help you to enjoy some things that don't look palatable. That's the way it is. And then you derive fun. Sometimes I look at him and smile. Sometimes you kick the ball. It will come to where I'm doing, my book work. I'll just take the ball and keep it down or throw it to him. That is the way to enjoy life. All right, remember I'm talking about, loving your children unconditionally. Remember, this point is ways to show love and commitment to your family members. And I'm talking about this specifically for man and women, the head of the family. Show your children love unconditionally, then love them equally. Number 3, they said eating together as family as often as possible. I know it's not really easy because of the time frame. Sometimes, the father comes back home late and all that. But, especially there's some family that make it like weekends. Anytime you know that the daddy is around, you make sure you eat that together as a family. It brings a bond and togetherness, sharing, especially the children. My children, most of the time, because of this, electronic gadget and all that, they want to take their food and be eating while they're doing. Sometimes my husband will make it say, everybody is eating in the sitting room. And he doesn't look at their face. And my husband is head of the home. When he gives his order, he stands. He doesn't look at you whether you like it or not, whether you're feeling happy about it or not. And that's the way to bring children. Why? And you find that now, they love it. Because sometimes some discussion goes on where the food is going on. How is school? How is this? How is your soccer academy and all that? That's the way to get to know children. And I'm telling you, sometimes you might think they don't like it because children always want to go to their room. They want to be, in isolated where they will do their things. They'll be eating and pressing the phone and all that. But the father will keep all your gadgets. Eat. You focus on the food. Even at the time, he used to tell the little one, he said, eat, because you find that maybe he'll take a spoonful of a food and the food is halfway his mouth and he's busy watching television. These are the things you watch. But when you don't eat together, you don't even see, because the children are developing some bad eating habit that you cannot realize because you're not always there. They're always on their own doing their thing. All right, let's proceed. I said, stop comparing your children with others. Please don't. Don't say this person's child did this person's child. No. We don't. Even my children, they know. And there are some languages that, please, you help yourself. Remember, I said this is my topic I'm explaining, and concerns the man and the woman, the head of the home. Please don't compare your children. There are some languages we don't even use in my house, like stupid, big head, and all that. My children, they realized that even when they were younger, when they were still in primary school, One day my second son came. I can't even remember the word he used, but it was a derogatory word. So I asked him, I said, where did you hear that? He said, from school. I said, please don't use it on his brother. Thank you so much, Pastor Marlene, for watching. I can see, God bless you, I can see your comments. So what am I saying? I said, have you heard me say that to your brother in the house? He said, no. I said, don't use that again. We don't use that word here in the house. Why? Because his brother made him angry. And he said, I don't know whether he was stupid or foolish. And I bet you that ended it. Up till now, my children, there's some words they hear it outside in the school, but we don't use it in the house. They don't even use it against their schoolmate because they're not used to it. But it has to do with you as a mom. If you can have control over yourself, because a lot of mothers, they don't have control. When the children make them upset, they'll say big head and all that. Even there are some that say, you are as stupid as your father. What? Please help yourself as mothers. All right, let's proceed. Finally, on that point, I say, praise your children when they did right. Most of us, especially this issue has to do with mother. I told you, don't say, okay, Dr. Victory, you're now siding, all right, the men. I am a woman like yourself. And I told you, most of my teaching is with practical experiences. That's the way God told me. The word helped me so that it can help you. Please, if you can work on yourself. When your children do something right, praise him. Because we women, we always have the issue of, hammering on them when they do something bad, shouting. But when they do something good, even if it's insignificant, just praise them. Just appreciate them. Even my 4-year-old, when we're praying early morning prayer, he disturbs and all that. But when he keeps quiet, I'll give him a thumbs up. He will reply. It gives him, self-confidence. And I bet you the next day he will keep quiet because he wants to get that approval. It's the same with children, no matter the age, whether they're teenagers or, they're still toddlers or they're even, yet to be teenagers. Please, praise is wonderful in a family life. It really helps a lot in family life. All right, remember I talked earlier on about showing them unconditional love. I bet you when you show your children love outside, they will exhibit it. Because someone who is loving feels or show love to other people easily. Because it's part of him. He lives in a home where love is showed, publicly. Please, I want to bring an advice to us this morning. No matter what you're passing through, please don't allow it to affect your action to the children. You shout at them and all that. If you can control yourself, please, because these children, they don't know what they need each and every day from you is that unconditional love. Besides, you're the one that brought them into this into this world, and you need to show them love. So please, love is really expedient in a family life, especially the children. Remember, you are molding their future. Remember when I was explaining earlier on about the meaning of family. Family is like where the children, they get their foundation. It's like building a house. You have to make a foundation before you build a house. So children get their foundation for their life and existence in future from the family life. So you make sure that you give them that love. And what is that foundation built on? Love, trust, loyalty. They really need it a lot. All right, remember we're talking about, the topic is family life. I want to explain some things concerning the man and the woman. A man in a home, as a married man, in order to get the best out of your wife and to enjoy her good attributes, you need to take time to read and study about the making of a woman. Thank you so much, Fast. Thank you so much, Apostle Fruitfulness, for watching. I appreciate you, woman of God. Thank you. I can see your comments. All right. A man needs to know about women for you to enjoy your wife. The way they reason, the way we behave, the way we see things, the way we react. Oh my goodness, that will not permit me. It's quite different from that of a man. You know why I said God said I should use my practical example? Most of the things I'm teaching here, they have helped me a lot. Because sometimes, this one, okay, I'll come to the side of women. This is now the men. The men thinks the way we think is the way they think. It's not. Women are rational. Women are emotional. The way we take things is quite different from the way the men take things. So if a man should understand it like this, you will enjoy your wife. Because let's say, for example, something happened. When a man comes, the man will like, what happened? But a woman will start shouting and start crying. So you need to understand all this. The way we reason is quite different. So if you understand it sometimes, sometimes my husband will not say it, you said it in my native language humorously that now you are a woman, now you want to behave like a woman. So if you understand that in a home, you will, some things that a woman is, you should know that she's behaving herself. So not really taking it against her, so you will not have problem in that home. All right, remember in all my teaching, I'll say, you always say, Dr. Victory, you have come again, but I'm a woman, so don't say I'm siding the men. That is my teaching. I'm trying to bring balance in a home, especially as I say, the family life. The family life is, the foundation where the children are being made. You and I that are parents today, we came from a family. So you that God has given you a privilege to own a family today, you need to make sure you bring out the best out of that family life. Anything that happened in your own family where you came from, you didn't like, you have the time and an opportunity to change it, to make your own better than the one you're coming from. All right, when it comes to women, as a married woman and also a mother in the home, in order to enjoy your husband and not seeing him as a bad person or a monster, as some women, used to say, you need to read books, magazines, journals, etc. that will help you to understand the nature of men properly. Just like I said, understand some of the points I wrote here. I said, the egoistic nature of a man. A man has ego. No matter whether they are babies or they are small, by the grace of God, I have 3 boys. I understand. Even when you're breastfeeding them, they want to show you they're a man. Sometimes when they bite your nipples and it hurts you, you want to beat them. They will do like, as if they're ready to fight. You will like, but this one, I'm just still carrying you. That is the nature of a man. If you understand it like that, you will not have problem with your husband. Men, they have ego. Okay, let me use another example. I remember sometime I was going to the shop with my children and we were walking. So my children, they were small then. I think they were like either 7 years or thereabout. And a man stopped his car, the children, they always walk faster. They were walking faster and I was like behind or something. So the man, all this, can you say all these men that are, all this naughty, that's the word they use like that. He stopped by. So I was trying to, hear what the man wants to say. If you see the way my boys rushed, I think my first son was 8 years and the other one was like 6. So, we know why I was laughing. I was like, these little ones, okay, sorry, I think my first one was 10 and the second one was 8. I was like, can you beat this man? They just like came to know what the man was. So what am I explaining? That is the nature of a man. A man feels he's in charge because they feel, okay, that their father is not around, but they can play the role of a father of protecting their mom. I laugh. Even the man himself started laughing because he was like, he saw these small boys were like, who is this person that's tough for my mom? What do you want? And all that. So that is the nature of a man. A man wants to be in control. He wants to be in charge. He needs to be respected. Please, we women, we need to respect the man. Whether the man is working or not, whether the man is financially stable or not, he is still the man. And besides, you fell in love with him and married him, you don't know what tomorrow holds. Allow them to make decisions at home, whether they are working or not, whether they are financially stable or not. Despite maybe you are the one that is bringing the finances as a woman, make sure you always go to him. That's why I said, my God said I should use my practical example. The way my husband is to me, and by the grace of God, they used to say I'm the queen, I'm the only woman. It's like I'm a daughter. I always go to him and all the advice he gives me works. Even up to today, even in my business, I pay my business tithe to him. I go to kneel down, even my children. Do you know, and that's why I said, no, the family is a foundation. What you teach children, they learn. My 4-year-old that is small, anywhere he sees money, he's tight. He takes it, he go and kneel down and gets prayer. Even when he doesn't even know whether the one belongs to you. Any money he sees is tight. Why? Because that's what he was being taught. But when you teach children to lie and all that, I am telling you, why the way nature made it, they will even lie more than the way that you taught them. So it's not really good to teach children something that is bad. All right, family life can be said to mean daily regular interaction and activities that go on in a specified family unit. It can also mean when members of a family enjoy each other's company. Remember, I'm talking about, watching TV together, eating together in the dining room, eating together on the dining table in the living room, and all the things that will bring bond, that will bring closeness. It also means when the members of family enjoy each other's company and tends to make out time to spend some quality times together, enjoying each other's company. Play some games, Do you know I play, what is it called? Scrabble with my children. Some of them I'll teach. Sometimes they say, mommy, of course. I said, yes, that's why you have to teach me here. Why? Because you're trying to bring a bond to them. You bring that closeness. So that when they have problem, they'll feel free to come to you instead of going outside to get advice from people that will advise them wrongly, giving them advice that will be destructive to them. Also, the above explanation could also mean to be a good example of a family life. I've really explained most of my points. I'll explain them before I come to there. You need to make your children feel welcome in the home. There's some home that, the children feel like strangers. It happened during this COVID-19 pandemic, that, you know, especially during the street lockdown times, that a lot of family, they're not used to staying together. The mother goes out in the morning, the father goes out, the children goes to work. They're not used to staying together. They are like official relationship. Now the lockdown make all of them to stay together. The husband started beating the wife and the children. A whole lot of issues like that happened there, and some of them divorced, which is very, very bad. But you know, closeness, try to bring closeness. Even, yes, we know that most people, you're busy on weekdays, but weekends, you make time to spend with your children. Family life experiences, as I come to the end of my teaching today, you know, has some effect in our life. It shapes the quality of our life. Remember, even I explained this point before I come to it. I said it's like where the children gets foundation. Our individual well-being and who you will be in the society has a lot to do with where you are coming from. Our competence in life, your competence in your job, in your career, in your business, in any endeavor you are involved in, the life of the family affects you a lot, whether you like it or not. You know, a lot of people, they say that their father was hot-tempered, or let's say, okay, those that their father passed away, or if he's still alive, he's hot-tempered. I know some, they derive joy in saying that. It's not really good, because then the way he treats your mom when, you know, he's angry and all that, you didn't like it. So now you are seeing that trait in you. You have to work on it. So don't brag about it and say, I like that and all that. It's not really good. All right, resilience. That's the point number 4. Remember, I'm saying the family experience affects us, you know, positively. It shapes the quality of our life. There was in one of my videos, I was giving an example. I said, I go to things early. No, don't say, okay, not because you're a pastor or you're a pastor's wife. No, it is from my father. My father taught us how to wake up and dress up for school early. Do you know that like molded my life, that even before I got married? So, okay, don't say because she's married to a pastor. No, even when I got married, even when I left home when I was in university, okay, you can now say, okay, there's no parental control and all that. I found out that I wake up early to go for my lectures. I do my things early, even when it's not lectures, even when it's Sunday service, even when it's on Saturday. I wake up and do my things. Why? Because of the way I was modeled from my family. So you that are modeled that you sleep till 12 a.m., somebody visits your house by 12 p.m., and you're still you're still wearing your night clothes. It's not really good. You keep complaining. You have to dress well, especially this issue is with mothers. Men don't really have a problem, but women, you know, we take a lot of things for granted and it affects us, which is not really good. All right, resilience, the number 4 point, I said resilience. You know, resilience means ability to feel better quickly. You know, ability to adjust. You can adjust. You can adjust to good situation and bad situation. When things are working good, wonderful, we thank God. When things are not working well, you will adjust and, you know, believe and hope that things will work out better. You know, it all means the ability to, you know, to adjust, to feel that something will get better after something unpleasant happen. Not really going to the corner, going to depression, anxiety and all that, making people around you uncomfortable and all that. No, jack up, you know, and be bright and smile. You know, there are some people that when they smile, they greet you, you don't really know what they're passing through until they open up their mouth and tell you, oh my goodness, you say, oh, this person is actually passing through all this and is still cheerful and all that. So that's the way life is meant to be. You need to be cheerful, you need to be happy, not carrying the whole world on your shoulder. I have actually come to the end of my teaching today. And remember, the topic is family life. I believe you have learned a thing or two. Because we all know that some of us that we can say that we are adults today, that we have our own family, that we are in charge of, we actually came from a family sometime. So make sure that you make the best out of the family that you are in charge presently. Give your children love. Show them love. Mold them. Remember the qualities I wrote about the effect of family life. It shapes our lives. Some people that were not, you know, taken good care of, they were not shown proper love in the family. It affects them. Because remember earlier I said something about when somebody is shown love, the person feels free to show that love easily. But when somebody is brought up in an environment where there is no love, the person will always hate everybody, will be suspicious about everybody, will not even want anybody to be around him, will try to, you know, make others, you know, feel uncomfortable around the person because where the person is coming from. I believe you have learned a thing or two. Please make sure your family life is different from where you're coming from, if actually it's not what you wanted. Remember, I said some people say, okay, Dr. Victory, you don't know, I came from a dysfunctional home. Make sure the home you are in right now, or you were about to create, okay, let's say you're a single parent, sorry, you're a single person, you are yet to be married. Make up your mind and said, this family I am going to create right now will never be dysfunctional. Your father was every day fighting with your mom. You try to find out the cause of that fight and make sure it doesn't happen. There's a man of God I respect so much that talks something about his family being a polygamous family. He said he make up his mind that what he experienced from that polygamous family will never happen in his own immediate family he's about to create. Despite that, he knows that he cannot marry more than one wife. But there are some experiences that he saw in the family that he will not even want his wife being the only wife to experience. So these are the things you will make up your mind to deal with. So don't allow, a lot of people, they complain, they always complain about their background. I always use my husband, as an example, because by the grace of God, he's my teacher. I used to say, that 95% of what I knew came from him. He said, when you keep complaining about your background, your back will always be on the ground. With that, I come to the end of the teaching today. I know you're already blessed by this Victory Hour broadcast from wherever you're watching me from any part of the world. I want you to keep a day with me next week, Wednesday, as I bring another inspiring teaching that will help you have victory in your everyday life. I love you. Bye. See you next week.